Lockheed Martin unveiled the lower-cost PAC-3 ACE interceptor as militaries seek more affordable ways to sustain air defense inventories. Growing missile threats have intensified debate over interceptor stockpiles, with Lockheed introducing the PAC-3 ACE to reduce costs. The PAC-3 ACE is designed to complement the Patriot system by offering a less expensive interceptor for a wider range of aerial threats. Defense analysts say lower-cost interceptors such as the PAC-3 ACE could help replenish missile inventories depleted by sustained conflicts. Lockheed Martin unveiled the new low-cost PAC-3 ACE interceptor during the 2026 Farnborough International Airshow. The company said the PAC-3 ACE is designed for the Patriot air defense system at less than half the cost of the PAC-3 MSE interceptor, according to reports. Lockheed Martin said the new missile uses the existing Patriot and IBCS architecture, allowing it to be fielded more rapidly without major system modifications. The company said the interceptor was developed to meet rising global demand for affordable, high-volume air defense capabilities. Air target range can engage aircraft and cruise missile threats at distances of up to 120 kilometers. Ballistic target range capable of intercepting incoming ballistic missiles at ranges of up to 60 kilometers. Guidance uses an active radar seeker with hit-to-kill technology for highly accurate target interception. Launcher capacity. A single Patriot launcher can carry up to 12 PAC-3 MSE interceptor missiles for rapid engagement of multiple threats. The new PAC-3 ACE interceptor is intended to help replenish shrinking missile stockpiles while significantly reducing procurement costs for Patriot operators. The program comes as demand for Patriot interceptors has surged because of the war in Ukraine and expanding air and missile defense requirements around the world. Lockheed Martin said the PAC-3 ACE is expected to provide Patriot operators with a lower-cost interceptor option while maintaining compatibility with existing Patriot batteries and command systems. Amid renewed war, Iran is increasingly drawing critical intelligence from nations often described as America's rivals, shifting the balance of information in ways that could reshape regional decision-making and battlefield awareness. Chinese satellites and Russian reconnaissance assets are reportedly feeding Iran precise targeting data, giving Tehran access to high-resolution imagery and timing information that materially improves its strike planning and accuracy. Iran is using that intelligence to find gaps and timing windows that let it penetrate advanced U.S. air defenses across the region, exploiting sensor blind spots and synchronization problems to increase the likelihood of successful strikes. Details of these developments were reported by Defense Security Asia on July 19, 2026, in a report that lays out how external intelligence flows and evolving tactics are creating new challenges for Allied defense planners. Terminal maneuvers and dispersed launches are being used to complicate interception, with last-mile flight changes and multiple, staggered launch points progressively eroding the layered air defense nets designed to stop them. Notably, Washington and several Gulf states have invested more than $20 billion in regional air defenses, a massive expenditure that now faces fresh tests as adversaries adapt their weapons and targeting to defeat those layered systems. In May 2026, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced sanctions against 3 Chinese satellite companies accused of supplying Iran with imagery and activity data, a move meant to cut off a critical intelligence pipeline believed to be enabling precision strikes across the region. Rubio said those firms provided detailed imagery and movement data during Operation Epic Fury, claiming the information materially improved Iranian targeting and allowed attackers to pick timing and aim with far greater confidence than before. Observers have labeled the cooperative model Eyes and Fist, where Chinese and Russian systems supply the surveillance and reconnaissance that let Iran's forces deliver the kinetic strikes, effectively merging foreign intelligence with Tehran's strike capabilities. Iran's Fateh-1 and Fateh-2 missiles reportedly employ maneuvering reentry vehicles that adjust guidance in the terminal phase to improve the probability of hitting moving or hardened targets, complicating interception by missile defense systems. Analysts say the Fateh series was engineered specifically to defeat terminal defenses like Patriot PAC-3 and THAAD, focusing on late-stage maneuvers, speed, and warhead design to reduce intercept windows and overwhelm layered systems. The IRGC claims the Fateh-1 dives toward targets at speeds above Mach 10 before performing abrupt late turns, a tactic intended to defeat predictive intercept algorithms and leave defenders with mere seconds to react. Missiles such as the Kiba Shikan and Khorramshahr 4 are reported to use composite airframes that lower radar cross-sections, making them harder to detect and track until they are already inside engagement envelopes. Recovered debris in Israel has been analyzed and, according to multiple reports, confirms the presence of maneuvering warhead components consistent with acclaimed reentry vehicle designs rather than simple ballistic warheads. Field data from the 2025 Israel-Iran conflict indicate that penetration rates against regional defenses rose from about 8% to approximately 16%, signaling an alarming upward trend in weapon effectiveness against existing systems. Even limited penetration events carry outsized economic consequences, driving spikes in insurance, reconstruction costs, and market uncertainty that can impose heavy, immediate losses on U.S. companies with regional exposure. Sustained demand across multiple fronts is now straining Patriot and THAAD inventories, forcing Allied planners to weigh replenishment timelines, platform allocation, and the risk of supply shortfalls during simultaneous contingencies. Iran launched a fresh wave of missiles at U.S. military targets across the Middle East as the conflict entered another dangerous phase. Multiple missile launches were reported from different parts of Iran, signaling a broad escalation in the regional confrontation. Kuwait said its air defenses engaged hostile Iranian drones after detecting multiple aerial threats entering its airspace. Statement by General Staff of Kuwaiti Armed Forces said, and I quote, "Kuwaiti air defenses are currently confronting attacks by hostile drones, following the sinful Iranian aggression." The General Staff of the Army notes that any explosion sounds heard are the result of air defense systems intercepting the hostile attacks. Everyone is requested to adhere to the security and safety instructions issued by the competent authorities. Unquote. Bahrain activated air raid sirens and urged residents to seek shelter as regional missile threats intensified. The U.S. Embassy warned that central Manama could face potential threats as security conditions rapidly deteriorated. Statement by U.S. Embassy in Bahrain said, and I quote, "The U.S. Embassy has information to suggest that Iran may seek to target unspecified locations in central Manama. We urge all Americans to remain vigilant, follow local authorities' instructions, and review the latest guidance from the U.S. Embassy." Unquote. The IRGC claimed responsibility for a second attack targeting the U.S. military base at Al-Tanf in southeastern Syria. Iranian-linked reports said the latest operation struck a U.S. Special Operations Command Center in what they described as a surprise attack. The IRGC claimed it launched missile strikes targeting U.S. military aircraft at Jordan's Al-Azraq Air Base during its latest operation. The IRGC said the missile attack inflicted what it described as severe damage on several American military assets at the base. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed local Jordanian sources provided intelligence that helped identify U.S. military targets.